Hola amigos, bien ok. Y saludos otra vez desde Medellín, que ahora va en corto tiempo llover. Muchos tormentos en la distancia aquí. So a lot of storms here today. So it's going to rain in quite short time, so we might have to make this video a bit short, but there we go. So hoy día 36, day 36. Tema diferente. Este tema es desde un clase que yo hacer hoy. Es un tema para cuando tú tienes más problemas con los sonidos de la lengua. Algunos sonidos es para recuerdo que, claro, los sonidos son importantes, pero si en algún momento ustedes no tienen una pronunciación perfecta, como yo en español, es mejor para hablar y no soy muy consciente que, ay no, qué pena, yo solo tengo mal pronunciación. Porque en verdad, especialmente cuando ustedes están hablando con nativos, en el contexto común con la conversación, algunos errores con la pronunciación en verdad no son tan graves. Porque en el contexto con la conversación es obvio para los nativos cuál es el palabra que usted quiere decir. Porque lo otro que, por ejemplo, ellos escuchar, no es posible para sentir con la conversación en general, ¿no? So that's the theme for today. So here we go, day 36. You might be able to see behind me there, I'm not sure if it's still going on. We got a lot of storms here in Medellin at the moment, so if I have to cut this short, it's because of the rain. But the theme today, which has come out of one of the classes I did today, is obviously sometimes we have trouble pronouncing certain words or certain sounds, and we can get quite stuck with this, and it's very difficult to progress. But this should not be a reason for us to get too embarrassed and to stop speaking, because if we do that, we miss the opportunity of the conversations, and the conversations in the end, like listening to other dialogues and whatever, the conversations are the thing that will help us to advance. Because by having the conversations, we're going to be able to hear more words, spot more patterns that native speakers use in the language, and therefore we will improve our general content and quality of our communication. So although we may have times when there are particular sounds, and in Spanish for me definitely this ñ sound is very tricky, there are different sounds we have problems with, but we can't really let that stop us from speaking. We can't be too embarrassed or shy about speaking because we're going to say that slightly wrong, it's not quite right, because everybody knows we're not native speakers. It's obvious. So don't worry too much. That's my word of encouragement. Don't worry too much. Rely on the fact that by having more conversations with your native speaker friends, you will improve much faster than if you don't speak at all. Because by having more conversations, you will hear more words, and eventually this is going to help you to, in some ways, tune your own voice, and you're going to improve. But you can only do that by practice, and the only way we can practice is to speak. So although at the beginning we might be a bit conscious of some of these problem sounds, we know there are techniques, some of which I discussed in another video, but generally we have to look for similar sounding words to help us identify how particular sounds are formed in the mouth as we're trying to speak, because sometimes it's not the sound that's the problem, it's the transition. Es para mover con un sonido con la otra, la combinación con los dos sonidos. It's the combination of the two sounds that sometimes makes it difficult for us to say. Whereas if we say the sound in a different word, we can do it. So often it's not just the case of the sound itself, often it's the combinations that are the problem. But still, the more contact we have with the language, the more conversations we have, the quicker we are going to advance, because the more conversations, the more we hear, the more we repeat, and the more control we get over our voice. So that's the tip for today. Don't be put off, don't be discouraged if you're having trouble with one or two of the sounds, because they are different and they are difficult, but as long as you show courage and you keep talking, and you know within the conversation you're trying for the particular words, your native speakers will at this level be able to help you by correcting or offering you a choice of words they think fit better, and from that you get to start to see different patterns. You get to listen more closely to other examples of the new language, and this is what's going to help you to advance more rapidly, because you have more examples to listen and repeat. So there we go. That's our thought for the day. I hope that's useful. So wherever you are in your language practice, at least today, buena suerte, good luck, keep going. Don't worry, we're only about a third of the way through now. Well, not quite halfway, are we? So we've got another week to go, and then we're up for day 45, yeah? So, buena suerte. I'm going to do a bit more listening practice now. I'm going to watch some of the news in the evening. So wherever you are, I hope you have slightly better weather than I think we have coming our way in Medellin, where I promise you there are some quite interesting storms coming. So I'm going to leave the terrace now, if you forgive me. So have a great evening, and hasta pronto. See you soon. Cheerio for now.